blessing to be with you here on this Thursday of the Word of Encouragement. Today I'd like to go to the Old Testament prophecy of Ezekiel, Ezekiel chapter 12. And here we have the word of the Lord coming unto Ezekiel and directly talking to him about the rebellious people, the people of Judah, the people of Israel, and how he was going to deal with them. Frankly, as you go through Jeremiah, first Isaiah, Jeremiah, Lamentations, Ezekiel, then you go to the minor prophets. If you're reading just right straight through the Bible, at times it can, for us, seem wearisome as we see the disobedience of God's people and then how God has to judge them. And yet it's a great warning for us and should be an encouragement to us that God is working and that what he says is true and that what he says will come to pass will come to pass. And that we need to realize that his principles are eternal and we need to trust them. Well, let me read in chapter 12, verse 1. The word of the Lord also came unto me, saying, Son of man, thou dwellest in the midst of a rebellious house, which have eyes to see and see not. They have ears to hear and hear not, for they are a rebellious house. Here is a group of people that are supposed to be the people of God, and they have eyes to see, but they don't see. And we find this kind of expression talked about. Isaiah was going to go to a people that were not going to hear. And even at the time that the Lord Jesus was on the earth, though many did come to him, and there was a great move of God, many would not hear and many would not see. And then it says in verse 3, Therefore, thou son of man, prepare thee stuff for removing, and remove my day in their sight. And thou shalt remove from thy place to another place in their sight. It may be that they will consider, though they be a rebellious house. I think this is very interesting. The Lord makes it very clear that these people are just spiritually not perceptive. They are not listening. They are rebellious. And yet he's going to ask Ezekiel to do some unusual things of moving around and being assigned to the people that they would consider what God was doing and that they might come back to the Lord. Again, I want to encourage us to realize that God's not going to put up with rebellion, but he is so merciful. He is constantly working to draw people to him. Think of the careful layout of the prophets. This was all written to the nation of Israel. God gave them chance after chance. His mercy is abundant. You see his grace ready to be given. And throughout these different years, I'm sure many did come to know the Lord, because by the time we come to the beginning of the Gospels, at the time of the conception of the Lord Jesus and John the Baptist, you have a remnant of people that truly believed in the Lord and were saved and were looking for the Messiah to come. So all of this working of the Lord was making a difference. But we need to understand that God is going to deal with rebellion. Now, I've brought this up several times this week already, but I think oftentimes Christians just get weary and just wonder, is God going to do anything? Does he really care? Doesn't he see what's going on around us? Oh, yes, he does. And he knows the spiritual plight. And he will deal with it, and he is dealing with it. Countries don't get away with it. People don't get away with it. But just like with these people, he was endeavoring to reach them. And may God give us, just like with Ezekiel, a willingness to be the ones that are messengers to get out the message. Yes, this culture is going away from God, but we need to ask God to help us rescue as many as we can. And I promise you, the greatest encouragement in your heart will be to be on the side of God and trust him that he's taking care of it, but then to be a tool of his to reach this culture with the gospel. And there is no greater joy and no greater encouragement than to be an instrument of God to reach people with the truth.